Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Peter here. Today's video is Every Storm, a Serenade by Imaginary Authors. The official fragrance note list, I'm sure most people know about this fragrance already, it's not particularly new, but it's Danish spruce, eucalyptus, vetiver, cologne, ambergris, and the fantasy note is Baltic sea mist. I have watched all the reviews on this when it first came out ages ago, so I know everyone else's thoughts on this, but this is new to me. For me, to be honest, this is one that doesn't really float my boat, so to speak. I do like a few from the line. This isn't quite my taste. I get the eucalyptus in the opening, which is quite kind of cooling and green, and that aspect's quite nice. Some people might find it sharp. I think it's okay. I do get a sense of the pine, but it doesn't strike me as like actual pine. There's a sense of the Danish spruce, which has vibes of something like the Cape Heartache, which I own, but not, and it's not quite as dominant. I wouldn't immediately shout that it's pine. There is a sense of the green kind of sprucey kind of notes with the eucalyptus though. The main note to me that I 100% smell from top to bottom is the note of cologne, and I think, well, I know it must be literally the note of cologne, which is this. It's a synthetic that's commonly used in mostly designer fragrances. The best example for you to know what it smells like is the original Issey Miyake. In one of my sciencey textbooks, it's something like 85, 87, 88% of the whole entire fragrance is literally just the note of cologne, and it's just basically enhanced a little bit with citrus and floral. So if you smell the Issey Miyake for Men, the original, you know what cologne smells like. It has the effect of making things smell watery and rounded and soft. It has actually a dramatic effect in fragrances, because I've attempted to use it in my own little experiments, and literally one drop will completely change a fragrance, and it really doesn't go well with certain notes. If you try and use it with heavier notes or spicy notes or things like that, it's really bad. It seems to only lend itself to kind of florals and citrus, very light fragrances. The effect that it has of this kind of watery kind of blanket, it really kind of mutes everything as well. I find it kind of, it's like turning down the volume on the TV. It just buries the other notes, and I think they struggle to get through the note of cologne, just from personal experience. As the scent develops, I kind of lose the spruciness and the eucalyptus, and I think a bit of the vetiver comes through, which is where I kind of have a problem with the fragrance, because I get the note of cologne, which is like this soft kind of aquatic-y kind of misty kind of smell, which is basically, the cologne is what creates the Baltic sea mist effect essentially, so they're like two in the same. But the way that it mixes with the vetiver kind of smell, it makes it dirty. But the problem is, for me, for my senses, the way I vision the fragrance, is that it then smells of dirty water, like stagnant water. That's all I can kind of see when I smell the fragrance. Is this? I don't get the ocean rolling in, and you know, the mist of the ocean and the trees in the background. I don't get that image at all. What I get is more, say if you're on the coast and you've got a rock pool and the water's been trapped there for quite a few weeks, and it's kind of just going a little bit stagnant and a bit funky. Maybe it's got some like foliage or kind of seaweedy stuff in there, and it's just going a little bit, you know, algae-like, and just yeah, it's like stagnant kind of water. To me, it's like tepid water. It's not quite clean. I can't get past that kind of effect that it has on me. For that reason, it's not something I particularly enjoy wearing, because all I can picture is this kind of water that's going a bit funny. And that's kind of it. That's literally the main bulk of the fragrance to me, is this kind of watery, dirty, kind of stagnant water, which is this mix of kind of the vetiver, the cologne, what's making the kind of the Baltic Sea mist kind of vibe, and a little bit of the spruce, and together it just kind of just doesn't smell all that good to me personally. I don't really get the ambergris at any kind of point in this fragrance. I just think the cologne notes just overpowers everything really. In terms of performance, I find it hard to describe the longevity to you because the note of cologne itself is really quite long lasting. You'll get kind of 10 hours out of just dabbing neat cologne on. So this fragrance does last like 9-10 hours, but it's like totally flat skin scent by then, and it's literally just the note of cologne. I would say usable longevity is about 6 hours, which is kind of, I think the average for imaginary authors is about 5 to 7 hours is their kind of typical longevity range. But it does drag on longer than that. You'll get kind of 5-6 hours of what I call usable longevity, and it drifts on as a kind of a total kind of skin scent for like 9-10 hours. Projection is okay, it projects quite well for about an hour. Not my favourite from the house, to be honest. I wouldn't go for that one. It doesn't really appeal to me personally. But there are a few nice ones from the house that I do really like. Cape Heartache is still my favourite. Love wearing this. I put a bit of a dint in it already. I actually like wearing this in the heat. I've never mentioned that before. Most people think of Cape Heartache as a winter fragrance, cold weather, fall and winter. Try it in the summer in the heat. It actually smells different in the heat, and it's really nice. It takes on kind of a herbal kind of edge. I don't know, it just works really well in the heat to me. I actually enjoy it more in the sunshine. But that one is still my favourite. This Every Storm of Serenade doesn't appeal to me personally. I would say don't let my opinion put you off. I think it got a lot of positive feedback. I know it's one of his best sellers, so a lot of people obviously do like this fragrance. So maybe it's just me being a fussy bugger. It just doesn't work for me well on my skin. There are a few more I would like to review from this house which I do quite like, so they will be coming up at some point. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you again in the next one. Take care guys, bye.